All right, so what we're going to do now is we need to pick out 4 different colors of paper for our Linocut. So you're going to come over here and you're going to see we've got plain colored paper, we've got patterned paper, and we have a place for little paper scraps because sometimes we don't want to throw away all our scraps. We can use that later. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to find 4 colored papers that I think look good together. And they look good with my subject. And when I find 4 I like, I am going to cut out 4 rectangles of paper that I like. Now, please do not cut your project out right in the middle of a piece of paper so no one else can ever use that paper. That wouldn't be efficient. So whenever you cut stuff, cut it right on the edge. All right, and we'll place that. Okay. Cut it right on the edge so other people can use this piece of paper when you're done. All right, so I'm going to cut out 4 pieces of paper. Okay, so I've got 4 pieces of paper cut. I've managed to create some little scraps. This scrap could be used by someone in the future on some art, so I'm going to put it in this box, paper scraps. Nobody's going to use this little trashy bit, so I'm going to go ahead and throw it in the trash. I'm going to take a minute and actually put my stuff away because it's no one else's job to put my stuff away but myself. So I've got my ink, and I'm going to put about, I would say, a dime-sized blob onto my whiteboard surface. And I'm going to take a minute, and I'm going to roll it into a square, kind of a square blob, if you will. Doesn't need to be, but it helps. Okay, now I'm going to roll it a little bigger. I'm trying to get my black brayer covered with ink. And I know it's the right thickness when it makes kind of a interesting sound. I'm going to be quiet so the microphone picks it up. Can you hear that sound? That's the sound you're going for. And you want it smooth like this on your whole brayer. Okay, evenly. You really want it even so you don't get weird blobs. All right, you're going to notice you've got a square that's the size of my brayer, horizontal and vertical. And after that, you're going to come in and roll your brayer, go back and forth, roll your Linocut until the ink looks even. No light places. It looks like it's really even on there. Okay, lay your brayer off to the side. Now you're going to carefully line up your piece of paper, barely touch it. Make sure put your paper down and put your Linocut on top of it. Line it up carefully and don't move the paper. Put it in so the paper side is contacting the soft foam of the printing press and give it a good squeeze. Pick it up, don't move the paper, and you can gently peel a corner back and see if you like the quality of the print. If you want it a little darker, you can give it another shot, not pressing terribly hard. We'll squeeze, pull it out, and when you like it, peel it off. All right, it is your responsibility after you are finished to clean your tools and dry them. Dry all sides, not just a little bit. You have to leave you are going to get a clean area to work in, and you have to leave it clean. And if you leave a bunch of water around, it's going to ruin other people's projects. And that is why you'll be required to clean and dry your Linocut, your whiteboard, and your brayer. Notice I'm wiping the top and the bottom of everything, and you will have to clean the counter to get any black ink off the counter. What a nasty surprise that would be for the next person. And then we'll have a clean place for everyone to work. Dry it both sides. All right, this is how you want your workstation to work. You want to see that it is dry. There are no water puddles anywhere. You have washed your brayer. You have dried it on all sides, all sides. You have folded your towel. You have washed every surface, including the counter, wherein. Here's an example of how not to do it. You're going to notice it's a mess. They've left water streaks around. You may have ink on the tabletop. They didn't even bother to fold the washcloth, so basically it looks pretty yucky to even pick up. Everything's everywhere. There's water. And the next person who uses this workstation is probably going to ruin their prints because the first person didn't bother to clean up. But we don't need to worry about that because our workstations are going to look like this. That way everybody has a nice place to work and can make prints that don't get ruined, and they'll all be in good shape.